Welcome to another episode of the Pop Go Project Podcast. And today I'm joined by Nick Summons, owner of Dunder Mixin. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Popco? Happy to be here. Happy to be stoked to put entertainment spotlight on what I do versus a business spotlight. You know, I haven't been interviewed as an artist in a while, so this is exciting for me.
We're going to do both.
Oh, yeah, all right.
We'll talk. We'll lead with entertainment.
Yeah, we can lead with the artistry, right?
Yeah.
You know, because yeah, take it from here, man.
Yeah.
You know
and speaking of that, you put together. So you're a DJ who owns like an entertainment DJ company, which is Dunder Mixin, which the name, by the way, is awesome.
Thank you. I could start with the story of how this name came to be, because this is the one thing that I wanted to mention on the Getting to Know the 570, and it just organically didn't find its way into the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Let's do that. Let's talk to me about Dunder Mixin.
So I hate to bring up this word because it makes a lot of people upset, but COVID happened 2020, and in the event industry, that means doors were shut, and 2021 was a ton of reschedules and a ton of people just reaching out like, hey, can you do my event? Please, I can't find anybody. So I got pushed into North Jersey just because I had done so much in the Stroudsburg area, and families had some awareness of me as an entertainer and how, like, my level. So I go to the Pleasantdale Chateau, and if you got a chance to watch Happy Gilmore 2, that's exactly where they filmed it.
No way.
Yep. And
awesome.
Pleasantdale Chateau is crazy because as I was there, are you an NFL fan?
I am.
So Kenny Pickett was playing for the Steelers at the time.
Okay.
And everybody's talking about how, hey, Kenny Pickett's wedding's coming up. Is the helicopter landing pad ready for the ownership of the Steelers to be here? Like,
wow,
crazy levels. And I set my equipment up for the company I was working for at the time. And the matron D goes, hold on. Where did you say you were from? And I told him I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania. And he said, did I get it? Because he wasn't impressed by the setup. He said, did I get a DJ tonight? Or did I get a Dunder Mifflin DJ tonight?
Okay.
And it, like, right through my heart. I knew the pressure was on, and I did that event to what he considered like a satisfactory level, because he's used to the top, like 1% coming in there, shutting it down, ripping it up. And so I'm driving home that night, and I'm just like, man, how dare he disrespect Scranton and Dunder Mifflin? And I was like, Dunder Mixin. Yeah, if I ever go into business for myself, I'm going to call the company Dunder Mixin, just to bring that respect. And I don't know, that, you know, that show means something to me, at least being from Scranton.
Yeah. I think it's a great name. Obviously, we're talking about The Office. I was never a huge Office fan when it came out on TV. I don't know if my sense of humor wasn't at that level yet. I don't know if I just didn't find it funny. I don't know what it was. I still have yet to watch it in its entirety, and I've been trying to get through it. There's some of the episodes are like, I said to my buddy the other day, I said, some of them are almost unwatchable because it's like uncomfortable, like, and like this is like just so off the wall stupid. But there's ones that are very, very funny. And maybe it's just the mood I'm in too. I don't know. But yeah, Scranton, Pennsylvania, home of The Office.
Home of The Office. It kind of put us on the map to a certain degree.
Well, it's funny because whenever I do this podcast, I talk to a lot of people across the country, and they'll say, "Oh, where are you, like, you know, from?" And I always say Scranton because that's the most, you know. If I say Wilkes-Barre, they're like, "Okay," but if I say Scranton, like, "Oh yeah, The Office," I'm like, "Yeah, that's the one."
Yeah. Do you have? I just have to backtrack. Do you have a favorite episode? This is part of like our one of our business tropes. Like, if somebody brings it up, we ask them.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't tell you that I have a favorite. The most memorable to me, like I said, I haven't gone through all of them. There's a lot that I've fallen asleep during. And no disrespect to them. I'm a
It's all
father of
right.
two, just like yourself. I'm a tired man, you know. Um, so I mean, there's obviously the basketball. I don't know what it's called, but they're playing basketball in the warehouse or whatever. There's that one. That's a good one. But um, outside of that, I mean, they're all uniquely funny in their own way. But Michael's,
Basketball gets mentioned a little bit.
yeah,
The top three, just for anyone who's listening, who's curious, it's the dinner party when they go over to Jan and Michael's house, the 5K, and then when Dwight starts the fire. Those
okay,
are the
yeah,
top.
yeah, that's a good one too. I did watch that one. Yeah.
So, yeah, one thing led to another. I got pushed into business for myself, opened up Dunder Mixin, and we've conquered a year. We're going into year two, and man, I've just been blessed. I think this area just really is rooting for this company hardcore because,
Hmm.
like you said, it's almost synonymous with Scranton, Pennsylvania, the office.
Yeah, and well, I was interviewed the DJ duo Cowgirl Pills last week or something, last week or the week before that, and they were asking me who I had lined up, and I said, "Well, it's funny you should ask. I actually have another DJ coming up, and he's got a company called Dunder Mixin, and they lost it. They're like, "Oh my God, that is so fucking good." I'm like, "Yeah, it's good."
Yeah, I almost wonder, Popco, when people inquire, they'll emote like that, and I'm like, did you look at anything about this company, or you just want to say hi? Like, and then I have to like do some education, but super thrilled to at least get that initial inquiry from these people, and then get the invite to their celebration, and then blow it out of the water, make it an amazing time.
Yeah, I mean, you're part of
Yeah.
something that like you're part of things that's where people are just having fun, and it's like great memories for them, and you're part of all that, and we'll get to that too. But you made me my own mix, and uh, like I said before we started, like I'm still using the platform Zoom, like uh, an idiot, and it didn't translate well. Like you kind of wanted to play it for us, and just audio wise, it just it wouldn't represent you or things like that. So I have that. I'm going to share it on my socials around the release of this podcast. So if you're listening or watching this, go check that out too. It's really super cool. He asked me what, yeah, talk about that because this is how you kind of approach the business part of this when you're talking to people about whether it's a corporate event or a wedding and things like that. So talk about that process.
So when I started this company, when you start a business, it's scary as hell, no matter what industry it is. So for being an being an artist, when you're a band, like you have YouTube videos of you playing, you have your SoundCloud of what you sound like. There's a ton of DJs in our area that just post a picture of a packed dance floor or post a video of a song playing. They don't really display the artistry of what they do fully. I won't go into why that is the way it is, but I said, you know what? If somebody inquires, I'm going to ask them what their musical tastes are, and I'm going to make a 5-7 minute mini mix showing off the level of DJ skill I bring to the table and song selection, which is, in my opinion, the biggest key to DJing, and then see if they like it. And if they like it, chances are they're going to be sold. We'll get the event and we'll do it. And there's not going to be any guesswork as to, hey, what does this guy sound like? Hey, can he actually pull this off? They're just going to know. So when I go into conversations with people I have yet to meet, because truly we have yet to meet, Popco, it's like,
Right.
hey, man, let me give you something so you see I'm invested in this. I want to be intentional. And for even a benefit of my own, I'm practicing those transitions I did in that video. The mix I sent you, never did before. Workshopped it last night. Uh, Fine-tuned it this afternoon. Was ready to perform it, but like we said, it's gonna sound underwater. It's gonna sound gross. Just go check it out. Be wowed. Have fun with it. Did you get the chance to do that?
I listened to about 3 or 4 minutes, and I told you I was big into alternative. I don't know if I mentioned hip hop or not, but it opened with Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's funny because I have a joke with a guy at work who's a huge Peppers fan, and I hate the Peppers after like early 2000s, but the one you included is like my favorite song from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
It's incredible.
My favorite one. And
Wow.
I was laughing when I was listening to him, like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. This is funny. There was some Tupac in there. There was Biggie. Love both those guys. I think there was some Dre in there as well.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of
90s hip hop, it's incredibly hard to avoid Dr. Dre.
yeah, Cake. Cake, I think, is a very underrated band. Um, of course, they have the hits, Short Skirt, Long Jacket, The Distance, things like that. But like a lot of their records have fantastic songs on them. I think they're very underrated. That's a band that I would love to see live if I ever had the chance to. But yeah, I mean, you nailed it.
So the first two alternative rock songs were like on the nose
Yeah,
for you. That's what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. I was like,
What
did this guy
I
like
just want to say,
research me? Like, was he researching me? Did he find my age online somewhere? Like,
I'll say this. I'll say this because I did get a little creepy with it. I saw you had some Instagram stories. So I clicked on them and it was you saying, huh, everyone born in 1995 is 30. I was born in 1982 and I'm still 30 as well. I was like, okay,
yeah,
he's feeling youthful. And then I saw Bittersweet Symphony. I was like, he jokes around about how sad 90s alternative rock sounds.
hmm
So that probably means he likes the ones that aren't sad more.
hmm
Um, Geez, how else did I do this? I chat GBT'd. I'm a white male on the East Coast, born in 1982. What are my favorite songs? But that didn't actually give me too much
okay,
info. I just went with because I've done over 800 events. I just kind of went with my gut of reading the crowd to say, you know what? These feel safe. Hip hop makes it easier to make this more fun and party mixy. So, and he probably listened to that too. So that's why it's interspliced that way.
yeah, but well done. I'm excited to listen to the rest of it.
You missed the finale. The thing I want everyone to listen to when they click on it is what comes after Sublime, What I Got. It's gonna hit like a freight train. It's gonna be so funny.
Okay, I'm excited. I can't wait. I would
Is
have listened to
Is
all of it.
Sublime a band you like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, it's not like a band that I would say like, oh my God, it's like I love this band, but I don't hate them.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, like they were a staple of the '90s too.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have listened to the whole thing, but I told you earlier that I might be a few minutes late to this because I had both my kids and trying to put them to bed. My wife was out doing something, so I was on the hook for both bedtimes. And our daughter, man, sometimes she was great tonight. She was actually perfect. So I was only like a couple minutes late, but she has her moments where she'll call you 5,000 times from the bedroom, and yeah, tonight was good though. So
How old's your daughter?
she is 3. My son will be 8 in like 6, 7 weeks. He's an angel. They are night and day. They really are.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Your daughter's the devil. Oh
She
no.
she's something, man. Like she can be the sweetest thing, like in one moment, and then just an absolute terror the next. I don't know how it happens, but she's awesome. Just
We're
funny.
way younger. We have a 2.5-year-old and a 1-year-old. So
Oh yeah, you're in
they
it.
get so psyched when they see me. So they were not going down easy tonight. I don't know. They kept asking. They were like, "Hey, Dad, we're doing a DJ party, right? There's a DJ party tonight." No, there's not.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I get out of my basement, which is where I'm at, which is where I do these things. When I get out of my basement, when I finally get that studio, we're gonna open the studio. You're gonna be there. We're gonna have a party, and that'll make up for it.
Oh, hell yeah, I'll be there for that. You already know. Because like what I mean, this sounds like we'll get to it in the conversation, but in this year, I've kind of figured out where my ability level is in this space, and it's rather high, surprisingly. But um, I'm invested in this area, just elevating entertainment in general. So when the opportunities come to do local things, like I do a ton for the Dallas Police Department, for example, I'm always going to check in and do it, no matter what.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
More pressure for me to get out of my basement.
Yeah, get out of the basement. I'll rock that party. Bring all the good local DJs, right? There are a ton of guys. I
Yeah.
do believe that. I really believe that. It's just for whatever reason, the scene is run by all these boomer business owners that know how to outmarket every single great DJ.
Hmm.
And you know, I I think it's just the trope of artists aren't business owners. It's confusing, it's not sexy, it's not something they're interested in, so they just kind of, I don't know, they throw their hands up and focus on what they do instead. So I'm a guy that knows how to business own, so here we are.
I love that too. You mentioned, you've done over 800 events. Like, what what made you decide to like let's make this a business and turn this into like an entertainment company where we legit bring the party? Like, what brought all that together?
So this is a tricky one for me just because of how close I got to two business owners over the past 10 years. But I saw in the first company I worked for a great business model, and I was getting apprenticed to take it over. And just what happened in the 8 years I was there was me, a young guy, saying, "It's my time to shine." And the business owner saying, "This is my business. I never want to retire. This is my thing." And it just puts you at a weird crossroads because this isn't like insurance sales, real estate agencies where there's this corporate ladder to climb.
Hmm.
You're just at the mercy of the person who's in front of you. And then at the other company I worked for, I don't think the fit was great, but the product was amazing. The business wasn't. So as I was in both realms, I said, you know what? If somebody can, because they weren't letting me get involved to the level I wanted to, you know,
Hmm.
which isn't, I take the time to acknowledge that's not something they had to do. You
Right.
know what I mean? So I said to myself, the person who steps up and makes a modern DJ company in this area that does great business, has a fantastic product, like they might make out like a bandit because this area wants it so, so bad. So that's really where this came out of me needing a steady schedule and me wanting to give the area a place they can turn to for great entertainment. So I put it on the map in September, October of last year. And oh my God, man. I mean, if you search Dunder Mixin right now on Google, we're almost over 50 reviews. The Knot and the Wedding Wire is growing. The only thing we're missing is photo and video from all the gigs we completed this year. Like if I can just get the visibility and the credibility of that, I'm so stoked for how high this thing can go. If
Yeah.
I think that answers your question. That's a hard one for me, because there's some personal relationships that along the way that they just get muddy.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like well, I mean, I worked in media for well, it's been over 20 years now. And you work around a lot of people who own businesses, and you kind of think to yourself, "Oh wow, like if this was my business, this is how I would do it. I would do it. I would make it better." So, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's just like a vision and a desire to, go to a next level, and you took that leap, and you're doing it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's good to hear that because again, like we go back to the Pleasantdale Chateau story. I got told by that matron d, where's your trusses, where's your moving heads, where's your modern looking DJ controller, how do I know you're any good at this? This is high stakes stuff. And what's crazy about that is this is an hour and a half away from us.
Hmm.
Like this is in our backyard, you know? Like I just see the need. Like you said, I see the vision, I see the need, and it just takes one person to push that way and make it happen. And that's who I aim to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, we need that. And this area has, I think, so much talent, whether it's DJs or bands and things like that. I always say would put up this local scene in our area up against anyone else's across the country. I really would. Um, And it's like I think we're at a point now in this area where we need kind of like uh, a fresh vibe, a fresh set of eyes, just people who want to take the risks and take the chances and kind of give people a different experience than they're used to. Because I mean, you're out there, man, and I'm kind of out there. I'm not as active in the scene as I would like to be with you know, two young kids at home and a family and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm not getting paid per se to go out, whereas you're getting paid to do these events. But it's definitely changed over the years. It's hard to get people to come out to events. It's hard to get places to give you an opportunity sometimes because they would kind of stuck in their own ways, or like they're like, oh well, this works, I'm just gonna keep doing this. They don't want to try something new. Um, so yeah, it's this is good. We need fresh blood, I guess you could say.
Need someone new to invigorate something new,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
That's interesting. You say it's hard to get people to come out to events. It's on my vision board, if you will, to do Dunder Mixin sponsored events. So we'll have to touch base on that in the future once we get to that level.
Dude, I would love that. Like I talk to a lot of DJs too, and just like the entertainers too. They're dying for opportunities to like perform or have parties and get people to come out because that's what they do. That's what they love. But I mean, we are fighting against these things all the
All right.
time. These phones. I always say this is a common theme on this podcast too. It's like people don't need to leave their homes. They don't. They
Oh,
can
because they're just comfortable on the couch?
on the couch. They can watch movies on a 75-inch screen TV because they cost like $400. So you have this movie size screen on your wall in your house. You can buy a movie that's currently in theaters on your TV. You can buy food from any fast food restaurant or any restaurant on your phone and have it delivered to your house. Um, think about dating. Think about guys and girls. Like you can swipe left and swipe right or whatever. I've never been in that world,
That's so
thankfully, but
true. That's so true.
everything. You can gamble on your phone. Like you can do anything you can do out there. You can do sitting on your couch in your house
See,
in
I
your
guess
underwear.
here's where I'm like big braining that situation because what can't you do at your house? You can't take that picture, post it to your social, and brag about where you were.
Right.
This is how we get people to come out to events. Like I kind of feel weird to admit this because I lived here for 10 years, but I finally went to Robo's Family Farms.
Okay. Yeah. That's
And
nuts.
what do? They set up the pumpkin tower for you to take a photo. They have the little cardboard cutouts for you to take their photo. And all
Yep.
of a sudden, you're marketing for them in real time. They
Mm-hmm.
don't have to do nothing.
Nope.
So, yeah, I guess, you know, as I think about potential future events, this is something I'm keeping in mind. How can I make it and set it up so people are bragging that they were there?
I have an idea. I will talk to you about this off air. I think you'll get behind it. And maybe you're someone that can help make it happen. I've talked to this to a local venue owner. Won't say his name right now, because it's based on a movie, and I keep every year I ask him if he's watched it, and he's failed to do so. And this is a guy who probably, if he watched it, he'd be like, "Yeah, let's do that." But I think this would be up your alley. We'll talk about that afterwards.
That sounds good to me. I mean,
Yeah.
I tell you, I have a couple ideas for events, but you're someone who's been in this way longer than I have. I mean, I really only came up as a DJ in the wedding scene. That's what I know inside and out is weddings.
Well, let's talk about that. Talk about your start and your focus on weddings, and we'll get into the other fun side of things.
Sure, man. So how did I get started as being a DJ? I like to pin it to my time in college. Because when I was out in college partying, young, dumb, stupid, whatever you want to call it, this is 2010 to 2014. And this is when the EDM dance music scene like blew up like crazy. So at parties, I'm listening to um, Heads Will Roll, the A-Track remix, Levels by Avicii, Calvin Harris, David Guetta. Zed, and I'm seeing these dudes on stage, and they're like so cool. I didn't have any music backing. I didn't think I could do that, but I was always an outgoing guy, and I was in radio and TV, so the seeds were planted to a certain degree. After I graduated college, I'm working at a Verizon store, slinging cell phones, getting promoted to store manager at 22, 23. like hating life, honestly, Popco, because you like the one conversation that broke me, they had me stand up in a room of like 100 people, and they were like, "Hey Nick, you're the leader in accessories out of the Pittston store. How did you do it?" And I said, "Oh, every bill pay that comes through the door, I give them 25% off a car charger, and just because they came in to pay their bill." And I immediately got flamed for that. They said, "You can't discount this at all." And I said, I'm the area leader. What are you guys talking about? So I'm like crushed. I'm looking at job postings, and I see wedding DJ wanted. This is 2015. I see wedding DJ wanted in a newspaper. And it was for Frankie Carl. And I said, I have to see if this guy's real, because I just moved here from New Jersey at that time. And I was missing that tri state feel in Northeast PA. Things were moving a little slow for me up here. And I had a lot of people encourage me to become a wedding DJ prior, because they thought I'd be so good at it. So I interview, I get the job. And in 2016, the pivotal thing that I really didn't see coming was half of the DJs on that roster just decided to split and not work there anymore. So I went from like number 5 or 6 on the totem pole, like all the way up close to number 1. And geez, man, I just remember being on the phone being like, "Hey man, you said only Saturdays. Like I own a I manage a store. I'm training employees. I can't work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is crazy." So he matched the salary, employed me full time, and then it was, I mean, really, Popco was off to the races until the Pleasantdale Chateau incident, when I realized how far behind the actual DJing aspect of the job I was. Because I was a fantastic MC. I knew how to make a room warm. I knew how to make people love me, roll a party really well. Song selection, I just didn't like transition this stuff too great, you know?
Hmm.
So post 2020 is when I really locked in, really got the DJ skills tight. And it wasn't until this year at Dunder Mixin where I was able to take a step back and realize, oh my God, I might be pretty good at this thing. Like really good at this thing. I don't know if you got that impression from that mix I sent you. This
Yeah.
is the part where I like grit and hope you say yes.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So like scratching the records, programming it right, finding remixes. The only thing I'm not able to do that I wish I could is produce my own tracks, because I can live produce this stuff at a crazy level. So I know if I was in a like just a room by myself, I could make this happen all day. I'm just busy doing stuff like this, networking, business owning, and trying to make that platform so that other DJs have opportunities like I do.
Yeah.
And that's in a short story, basically the progression of me as an artist, man.
So you were primarily weddings, and then you kind of got into the club scene.
Never,
Never.
never, never. Because like you said, a lot of people in this area, they're like stuck in their ways, and it's gate kept,
Okay.
truthfully. So, and the other crazy thing about this Popco is like money, right? So on a Saturday, I can get booked DJ ceremony for a wedding, and it's $1,500, we'll say. Or I could trade that for a club gig that's 250, 300.
Hmm.
Like, you know, I
Yeah.
know which one I'm going to choose every time.
Sure.
Sorry to say. So I never got the chance to go to a club. So I truly would be, I'm totally okay with saying I'd be a fish out of water. Like, I got to sit in on this club for a night or two. So I'm like, okay, this is the music, this is the feel, this is what I got to do. And then I think I'd be fine.
Yeah.
But it's a muscle I never got to flex. What
Well,
am
I
I
mean,
gonna say?
well, I don't. again, I was never a big club guy. I joke that, I'm white. I don't have rhythm. I don't have the dancing ability. I never wanted to embarrass myself in front of a girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Because
there
that's
were
why you're at
times,
the club, right? Why
yeah,
are you at the club?
right. I mean, there was definitely times that I got out on the dance floor, with the help of alcohol. But even then, I know that it was no good. But it's obviously a different playing field. Um, because I guess would you say that like, or maybe you don't know, but would you think that being in a club is kind of more of an on the fly type of experience? No,
Like learning on the fly?
not learning, but like kind of reading the room and the vibe and the clientele, like whether it's a certain age group as opposed to like a wedding where you kind of have an idea. I think going into like you're meeting with the couple, you kind of get an idea of what they like, what they want to hear, what they don't want to hear. There's probably some kind of standard songs that you have to play, or there's songs that maybe you're like, no, I don't play those songs because they're garbage. But you might have like at least like a plan going into a wedding versus maybe not so much a plan per se in a club environment.
So I guess let me say it like that. You're 100% right, where there's a ton more planning that goes into a wedding than I would expect goes into a club. But I played at the illustrious Cove Haven Resort, right? In the Poconos. And I had a night where the crowd was so varied. We went from Latin music, reggaeton, bachata, merengue, and then they left, and a group of Russian people came in and only wanted Russian music. Thank God I've done weddings where that's what they asked for. I go in my folders, bam, all of a sudden we're playing Russian music. And then they leave and a small group of people come in and say, "Yo, DJ, spin some Afro beat." I say, "Cool, I got that too." Bam, put it on, and we made it happen all in one night. So I think my hunch is I'd be okay in the club doing this stuff on the fly. It's more or less the exposure into the new music, which is just, I mean, even for me, man, it's so difficult to understand the new
Yeah,
stuff that's out there because it's not because of doing high school proms is not dancey, it's ragey or just straight up ratchet. And then they rather the twerk remix because at least it has a little movement to it versus the original song itself.
yeah,
And I think songs like WAP and Fat Juicy and Wet are like perfect. There's not a lot you can do to that. You just kind of scream it at the person in front of you. So you got to put a little rhythm in it to get people to react to it the right way.
yeah, yeah. It's wild, man. It's music is an amazing thing, but yeah, people have their own likes and dislikes.
Yeah, music is powerful. It takes people places. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, is that kind of why you got into this? I mean, outside of right now as a business, I mean, as a person, why did I know you got hired by a wedding company and things like that? But what kind of drew you to all of that?
It was definitely the people in my life who pushed me there. They always thought I was entertaining and they always thought I had energy. So because because I have a feeling I'm not that funny, um, they didn't say comedy, they said like entertainment, be an MC, be a DJ. So I explored that, and then why I stay in it is I just love giving people a good time. I truly do love making people feel amazing. And and I guess that's really as deep as it goes, Popco. Through music and through entertainment, you can give people a moment in time they treasure the rest of their lives. And you could do that for a living and you could get paid money to do that.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
And
So,
especially weddings. I mean,
yeah, man.
that's so I've emceed a few weddings myself with another DJ, and for me, like or just being in a wedding or attending a wedding, like that's, I mean, what a day, right? Like no matter what happens, maybe they get divorced a year or two later. It doesn't matter. That day, that moment, that's the happiest day of their lives. And probably the happiest moment of their parents' lives, unless they hate you know, the wife or husband, whatever it might be. But I mean, really, that day is just so full of happiness, and like I'll find myself crying out of happiness. Like I'm a
Oh,
big
really?
baby. Oh yeah, dude.
What moment gets you every time? I'm curious.
I really like the speeches at weddings, and especially when it's like well done. It's not the typical like I'll never forget when you walked through the door my freshman year of college and blah blah blah. Like that doesn't interest me. But like it's the heartfelt like I was a best man once in a wedding, and I did a speech and I didn't write anything down. I just let it rip, and I had tons of people crying, and it wasn't sad. It was just like it's a happy moment. Like it came from the heart. So like when these things happen from the heart, it's a great moment. It's just so happy. And the cowgirl pills, he was like, and I just love love. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I get it.
Just love. It
Yeah.
it is nice because when you see a deep connection between two people, you think about the people in your life you're connected to that deep.
Yeah.
And I immediately go home and I'll hug my wife harder, or I'll call my grandfather and say, "Hey man, I miss you. Let's hang out."
Hmm.
That can't be understated. I
Yeah.
I see where he's coming from.
Yeah.
The moment that'll get me crying is it's always the parent dances because I think I
Yeah.
have two kids now, and I think in 20 years I'll have lived this mini lifetime with this person, and I'll think about all those memories and I'll say goodbye to them and like, wow, dude, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That's it gets me going every time. Father daughter specifically, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's just because mother son can get goofy, because you're near to groom, you're cool, you don't want to
Yeah.
you don't want to show too much.
But yeah, those are great moments too. You're right. It's my cousin got married last July, and it was a great time for our family to all be together and celebrate. And I can still replay um, my aunt dancing with him, who's my cousin, like I said, and just how happy she was. Like she was a woman who just like she would babysit our kids because I don't think her kids were gonna have kids, and so she treated like my kids and my brother's kid as like her own grandchildren. And she would always talk about, oh yeah, all the kids are coming in this weekend because they were the one lives around here, but the two other ones lived out of the state, or one's in Philly and one's in New York, so not out of state, um, but she was just so in love with that, and her kids being around, her family being in town, and so for being, and I'll get to a point here, um, so seeing her with her, dancing with her son and how happy she was that day. And then there was a bunch of us like kind of dancing in a circle. And I've never seen her like that happy and dancing like that. Um, and then unfortunately, a month, 2 months later, she was diagnosed with leukemia. And then 8 months later, she passed away. But what I'm getting at is like I have those moments and those memories in my head about that one great day and seeing her so happy. Um, so like these moments of weddings and parties or whatever it might be, like they're memorable. They're just great moments and great to be part of those things. And music and the entertainment and the vibe helps that 1000%.
It makes it possible. And I
Yeah.
think that's why this is a scary profession to start. There's no great entry point into it because you feel that pressure and you're nervous about it. But once you break through and you get good at it, oh my God, man, like it's impossible for me to see me doing anything else in life because I want you to have that moment with your aunt,
Hmm.
because like you said, year later, that
Yeah.
was it.
Yep.
That was it. Thank God she was at that wedding.
Yeah. And at the time, she had no idea. None of us did.
Nobody did.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Nobody does.
Man, life is short. I say it all the time. It's
But
but
I'll bring it back to a funny moment because you you mentioned divorce, right? Because that's on the table.
Right.
I did a wedding, I think it was 2023, and a groom came up and he's looking up, and it was a fantastic wedding, by the way, like heartfelt exchanges of words like, yo, so happy for you, so and so. I don't want to say names because God forbid they're listening. We'll do it. Who cares, Popco? They might not be listening.
No one listens to me.
It was Gabby and Jared's like head down, coming over to me like, "Hey, I don't know if you heard, it didn't work out." And then at the end of that wedding, Jared's like, "Still a damn good DJ, and my party was awesome the first time. I know who I'm calling the second time." So,
Yeah, I mean,
so, I mean, geez, man, he still loved that party. He's just no longer in love with her.
well, it's a funny thing too. Like every anniversary, I see a lot of people like, hey, remember that time 10 years ago we threw a bomb ass party? Like people remember that. People remember, I think a few things at weddings because the day goes by so fast. But they remember the food
The food
and they remember the entertainment.
and the music.
Yeah,
That's all they remember. Write it down if you're listening. Food and
yeah,
music. Forget everything else. Throw it in
yeah,
your backyard.
yeah. But hire a photographer because
Oh, right.
in,
Yeah.
in, invaluable because like I said, that day flew by so fast, and I feel like I didn't see most of the people that were there, and thank God there was photos because what a blur.
It's an absolute blur, especially if you have like 100 plus people, because
Hmm.
they keep coming up to you trying to talk to you. Just push them away.
Well,
When
my
people
what
come up to request songs, I say push them back in play, like get them away from you, let them have fun.
well one
Yeah,
thing my wife and I didn't do, which I kind of to a degree regret, but we didn't go around to every table and talk to everybody because we wanted to have fun. We wanted to mingle like, and everything happened organically. And like to a degree, I'm like, we should have probably at least gone around and said thanks for coming and good to see you. But we chose not to do that, and I'm mixed on that.
that's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
You're in
losing
the
sleep over
scouts
it.
though. How long you guys been married?
We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary this past June.
10 years.
10 years.
Still thinking about it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it's it's true because these are the most important people in your life.
yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Now, as a wedding DJ, would you are there any recommendations you would give to a prospective bride and groom?
Pick a date that's 2 years out, just because of how expensive it is. 2 years out will give you plenty of time to budget for whatever you're looking for. Like we just said, make sure the venue has bomb food, really good food. Or if it's like in a backyard or at one of these barns that you're renting, just get a lights out caterer, a caterer that's just gonna crush it. And if it's 2 years in advance, chances are you have options, even if you can't hire. And I'll just shout out my two favorites, because why not? If
Yeah,
you can't get Epicurean for your date, immediately like look at Constantinos. Chances are one of those two are going to be available 2 years out. Otherwise, there's going to be other competitors like Close. I got to think. Once you got that locked down, um, just start looking for the entertainment. Get a band or get a DJ that does this professionally, that crushes it, and man, your wedding's already made. You know what I'm saying? Like your
hmm,
wedding's already fantastic. As for the photographer, that advice is a little bit different. um, Before you're engaged, as soon as you're dating somebody, just start looking at photographers on Instagram. See whose style matches your style. Pick them out ahead of time, because those people book up fast. And I think it's okay to let a photographer dictate your wedding date, honestly.
100%.
And I think, those are three actionable items. That's DJ Nick Nice's of Dunder Mixin Entertainment Group. That's my advice. Take it to the bank. But I guess in marriage, because I have marital advice too, make sure the person you marry is well received by your family. This couldn't be more important, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It makes the parties better and your marriage better. So pay attention.
Could you imagine like dating somebody and then eventually marrying them and like you hate their family?
I see it. I see
Sure.
it, man. I see it. I think if I had one thing that I really, really, really don't like about this job, it's when I go to confirm the weddings with these couples and they're immediately fighting each other. I'm like, oh my God, guys.
Are you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to do this?
Yeah, number one, are you sure you want to do this? And then number two, I have to be at this party and things are tense. Come on, man. Don't do this to me.
Yeah,
There's
I
only
can't.
there's only so much energy September can bring to a room. Oh my God.
Yeah. I think people rush into it sometimes, you know? It's weird.
They do. It's the loneliness factor, and then the other second sneaky factor is they want to host the party. That's actually the big push of doing a wedding anymore, is making sure you had the best party in your friend group.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's, so much has changed in the wedding business over, the last 10, 15 years. Maybe especially since social media kind of popped off. Um, yeah, because you want to be able to share all those moments on your Instagram, on your Facebook, boast about it, look at me.
Yep,
Yeah.
braggadociously. It's what it is.
Yeah, it's big business now.
All right, yeah, I would say so. I mean, I remember 10 years ago when I was getting started, we were like, okay, so we're gonna do bouquet and garter at this time. We're gonna do dollar dance at this time. And now it's just kind of like, hey, how are you doing intros? Is it just you guys? Is it just you and your parents? Cool. How many
Yeah.
speeches? Awesome. All right, let's talk playlist. That's how planning is now.
Yeah, I got fortunate when the some of the ones that I've emceed, they didn't want to do the dollar dances. They didn't want to do the bouquet toss. Like they didn't they though I think it was the first or second one I ever did. It was like an absolute nightmare. Like the bride and groom like disappeared. Like we couldn't find them. Like I was just like trying to keep them on a timeline. And I just wanted to make sure that like, I was there for them. Like if you guys don't want to do it, I don't give a shit. Like, but I want to make sure that like I'm there in case you do. Like you can't put it on me. It was bizarre. Are there any like bizarre moments that you've experienced over the years?
Man, I could go forever, honestly.
Let's hear one or two.
You want grotesque? Do you want violent? Do you want depressing? You want all three?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Let's
grotesque and
let's
violent sounds pretty interesting.
we'll do depressing first. So he's just like, whoo, right past it. So she could not get this groom to dance with her for like for nothing. He only wanted to do a minute of the first dance. Then he went off fishing with his buddies. He wasn't even close by. Like they had a lake on site and he was just out there. He came up to her and he was like, I don't know why you want to spend time with me so bad.
No, no idea.
Yeah, no idea. It's your wedding. You like what? And then at the end of the night, I won't say the last name, but it just the quote lives rent free in my head. The mom goes up to her daughter and goes, I tried to tell you. Um, we'll give her a fake name. I tried to tell you, Stacy, you shouldn't have married this guy.
Oh
Now
boy.
you're Mrs.
Oh man.
Yeah. And yeah, dude, it was hard to get this crowd to move. That's for sure. Nobody was interested in being there. Holy cow. Um, we'll go physical. The groom was one of the smallest guys I've ever seen, like 5'3", but all five of his groomsmen were no joke the offensive line for the college football team where he went to school. These dudes were 6'4" and up, 300 pounds and up, and they all had their sights on the same girl that night.
Mm.
And at the end of the night, she went home with somebody else, and they all started pointing fingers as to why she didn't want to talk to any of them. And they were all so drunk that they started fist fighting.
Oh
It's
man.
like, dude, there's like blood. I'm about to say goodbye to the bride, like, hey, awesome night, so happy to be here. And I just see like a fist going to somebody's face. Blood goes on the wall because he broke his nose.
Oh my
The
God.
one dude puts the guy in a headlock and drags him to the ground. So 600 pounds going to the ground, and his head bounces off the wall somehow.
Oh.
Like doesn't go through the wall. And me and the event coordinator were so beside ourselves. We're like, how do we stop this? So she goes, hey, the cops are coming in 10 minutes. You better leave.
They ran.
And they just all took off. But then it was pouring rain outside. It was like literally like a pissing rain situation. So under the one overhang, the brawl continued outside. So I was like nervous as hell to even take the equipment to my van. I
Mm.
remember that. And then two grotesque stories. Really, really like think about the most decorative staircase you can in your mind. And this dude was so drunk, so chemically imbalanced, like the puke's already on its way up, and he could feel it. So he stands at the he stands at the top of this staircase. He sticks his arms out like he's on the Titanic, and he just and you hear where you go, oh God, no, don't do it.
Did they get on
Uh,
anybody
no, it was just him in the
on the
staircase.
stairs? Okay.
I don't even know where those stairs led to this day. I just remember thinking, wow, how did he find this moment? This is actually poetic, you know? He had a good time.
Yeah.
Man, I guess the only this story pales in comparison, but this girl was somebody's plus one, and nobody could figure out who she was even there with. She was doing cocaine in the bathroom, something ridiculous, drops a glass on the dance floor barefoot, tries to
Mm.
pick it up, and she cuts up her feet and she cuts up her hands. She's this bloody mess. Goes to the bathroom to do more cocaine. It gets on her system because she's so cut up. And man, shortly thereafter, I just see this ambulance pull up, and this girl looked like she's like coded going in. And the bride came up, and she's like, "Turn the music down. Nobody wants to
Uh,
be here. Nobody wants to be here anymore."
oh my God.
I don't think she died, but I can't confirm it.
Let's hope
Yeah.
not.
Let's hope not. Let's
Jeez.
hope she made it out. This is why you need to vet how many plus ones you give out the day of your
Yeah.
wedding. Don't let this happen.
Well, that's a thing too. It's like, when you're planning a wedding, obviously it's expensive, and some people don't offer plus ones. They're like, we don't want any strangers at our wedding. I'm gonna pay $100 a plate for, whoever that was to do cocaine in the bathroom and then get cut up on the dance floor.
Second of all, how does the venue let this happen? Come on,
Oh
get
man.
get in there and see what's happening. Yeah, that one was nuts, man. Yeah, don't be selective with your plus ones. That's some more wedding planning advice. And if you want your party to jump off, if your family isn't that crazy, like go ahead and invite a couple fringe friends that you partied with, because like maybe they'll be safe because they know you, but they'll bring some energy to the thing,
Mhm.
you know?
Has there ever been a moment, because I experienced this, when the dance floor is just empty, man? It's the venue's inside, but they have a nice, beautiful outdoor area. It's a nice night outside, and people just don't want to be inside. They want to be outside at a table, enjoying the nice weather. It's a September night, like, what do you do?
Typically, you just wait it out. I
Yeah.
know that's not a great answer, but you just wait it out. You wait for them to be done with the time out there, and when they're ready to party, they'll come inside. I'll you typically have a few people at the tables, even if it's like 5 or 10. So I think this is where I started as an MC, right? Because I kind of said that. I know in that moment, whatever I do behind this booth, like, does not matter.
Hmm.
Couldn't matter less. So I'll fade the music down a little bit to get their attention because they're like, oh, what's he doing? Why isn't it that loud? It gets them a little open. I'll go up table to table and say, hey, do you want to hear anything? You want to sing karaoke? This is our party now. I try to get them to take ownership of the situation. See if I can create a moment for those people, because if you can, all of a sudden everybody outside is looking inward like, what do they think they're having fun without us?
Hmm.
And then they'll start coming in. The only other corny thing you can do is make those people do a conga line with you. And you you lead the conga line outside and try to catch a couple strays, bring them inside, get a party going.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, yeah, you just kind of wait and pray for for everyone to come inside.
Well, it goes to that moment I said before. It's like, you want to, like, you're getting paid to be there. It's like, am I doing a bad job? Like, you want to make sure that you're doing a good job because like they don't want them like come at the end of the night and say like, yo, dude, like that mix was fucking terrible. My party wasn't even in here enjoying the music. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yep. You just this is where you got to get corny.
Yeah,
You got to get corny. There's nothing wrong with being corny. I mean, even, I played dance music for 5 hours for a wedding this year, like crazy, crazy marathon dance floor. But I heard some guy near the booth say, "Wouldn't it be nuts if the DJ played Crazy Frog?" Do you know Crazy Frog?
I don't.
See, you know the Venga Boys, the Venga
Yeah,
Buttons come, and
yeah, yep.
it's a song kind of like that, but a little more
Okay,
kiddish. So I put it on for 40 seconds. He went nuts, and because he went nuts and people liked him, I got this whole vibe from the group, and it took it up a notch. So even I think even in a club environment, this is okay. It's okay for us to get corny as DJs and entertainers. I do believe that most people are corny. They want a little bit of a hokey experience every once in a while, but just selective, just limited, not the whole time, but like
mm,
a little bit is okay. So when you have those empty rooms, embrace it. Do
yeah,
the Macarena with people on the dance floor. Lead a line dance to a song like September. Get in it with the people. They want to party with you.
that's good,
Because I'll say this: one of my inspirations for DJing is actually DJ Pauly D. Do you like DJ Pauly D?
dude. One of my guilty pleasures is watching Jersey Shore to this day. It really is. It
It's a
really
great
is.
show.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I started watching it when they were, when it first came out, and they were probably a few years older than me. Well, some of them were a few years older than me. Some of them were my age, maybe a year or two younger. So, like, I've been able to follow them on their journey of, parenthood and all that kind of stuff too. And, obviously, reality TV isn't, reality. But, I like drama that's not mine. So I don't care what kind of manufactured bullshit it is. It's a nice way to kind of decompress at the end of the night, not have to like really pay attention too much to it. But yeah, so yeah, long answer. Yeah,
You know how
yes,
manufactured it was? Because I was in Jersey. I went to the Freehold Raceway Mall. Like I talked to Mike the Situation a couple times.
yeah,
Oh yeah, man. He was always hiding. He would have his he would have his hoodie on and his hands in his pockets and be like looking to see if anybody recognized him. And as
yeah.
soon as somebody recognized him, dude, the hoodie came off so fast, and he was like the Situation
Okay,
immediately had him. He was funny, man. That was Jesus. That was 2011.
okay. I think I started in 2009. I want to say.
I think that's about right. Because
Yeah,
people would come up to me and they'd say, "Do you watch the Jersey Shore?" I was like, "Watch it. We live here. What are you talking? Like, what are you talking about?" How do you feel about Angelina? Right? She was a cast season one.
she was, and she left, and then she's been back for like the vacation part of it. Um,
She
you
was the
know,
only one who would act in public.
yeah.
Yeah, if somebody came up to her and was like, "Are you Angelina from the Jersey Shore?" She would go from a girl who was minding her own business to this like F the Jersey Shore, F
Mm,
all those people, they kicked me off. And then she'd like push a clothes rack over because I was working at Forever 21 in this time. They were in and out of that store. It's ridiculous.
yeah,
Uh, but I guess going back to Paulie D, um, I hate that he gets so much hate from DJs
he does.
because he's not technically good. What these people are missing is the appearance aspect of what we do.
Yeah,
There are when you're an entertainer, it's all eyes on you all night. So what you look like matters. Who you are matters. If if people can instantly look and see Pauly D, I know Pauly D. I love Pauly D. Guess what? They're ready to party. He's an
hmm.
amazing DJ.
Is he?
For that reason,
Yeah, okay.
you would listen to Pauly D mix tracks even if he screwed it up. You'd be like, I partied with Pauly D last night. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
and he's one of the guys that I actually like. Like you see him, he's like not too he doesn't come off as too arrogant, or he kind of like keeps to himself, but he'll He'll poke the bear if he needs to. Yeah, he's funny. Him and Vinny.
Yep.
Vinny was my
Vinny,
favorite. There's a scene. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Vinny I met, and I actually knew the chick that hooked up with him in season one. And everything. She confirmed him to be the guy I knew, and he would say that Pauly D's super solid. So Pauly I didn't get to meet unfortunately, but I would assume he's a really good guy just based on everything I hear and everything I see. That's all I was gonna say, man.
Yeah. There's this one scene where Vinny was like he was like was what's the beat? Drop the beat like, when the beat drops and he's like knocking on the door. I don't know if you ever saw that episode where it's
They
like
pound the floor,
he,
you're saying, or he's
well,
knocking?
yeah, he kind of like so like the beats like I guess rising, I guess you could or building, whatever you want to call it. But he's like knocking on the door, he's like, yeah, yeah. And then it hits and he goes, and you kicked right through that fucking door. I'll have to find that. I was just talking about this the other day. But yeah, I laughed a lot at that scene. It was funny.
This is what I mean, man. This is what people love when you're an entertainer. You got to do stuff like that. It
Yeah.
takes them this extra level up. So I hate to see guys like Pauly D get flack because I also think about Shaquille O'Neal, who will be a D.
Yeah.
But is he any good? Bro, I don't know. I could be better than him, but I know one thing. I'm not 7 feet tall. I'm
Right.
not a well-known basketball player. People are
Yep.
gonna party with if I was performing and Shaq was performing, I know a room is filled.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it
come
doesn't
on,
matter.
he's pretty good.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
It does not matter.
So that's one of the inspirations for what I do. That's for sure.
Yeah. Now, growing up, did you ever think that this would be what you'd be doing?
Man, that's a great question. I guess it's a it's a no. What I really wanted to do, and this is gonna sound so boring, I think. When I was in high school, I said, what job doesn't have really good salesman, or when you think of it like a person you want to do business with, and it's plumbing. Most of these plumbers are like, I don't know, man, like short with people, dirty, etc. So I wanted my entry into profession to be a plumber because you hear these fantasies as you're a kid. You go into some rich girl's house and it's a wife who doesn't love her husband and she takes advantage of you. I was like, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
We hook up with a master plumber.
Yeah. Why not?
Let me figure this out, build a plumbing business, sell it, and move on. That was my goal. And my dad said, all great men go to college. He said, that's not true. And then he put me in Monmouth University because I got a great scholarship, commute, started studying radio, TV. They pushed me into the talent side, no matter how hard I wanted to do cameras, audio, and all that work. And when I got bent out on Verizon, I just took everybody's advice and went for DJing. And man, here we are. What a ride.
You were in radio and TV. What kind of stuff did you do there?
So in radio, I had some of the best listened to shows on our college station. I did talk radio, music, of all sorts of varieties. I did a bottom 40 show, which I thought was hilarious. I took all of these internet songs that weren't songs, but people loved. Like JG Wentworth,
Hmm.
877 cash now.
Yeah.
Freecreditreport.com. Nyan Cat, if you saw that Pop Tart cat that would
Yeah.
go across I was just playing this music. I thought it was hilarious.
That is funny.
And we do talk radio segments. I would live mix bands that would come in and out of there. And I got pretty good at the radio production stuff. So I would put sweepers together, station imaging, and
Yep.
it was WMCX. So I'd be like, WMCX 88.9 FM and all that crap. And I did get an offer to get into radio out of college in New Jersey, but I moved up here, and it's been, even though I know people in radio, it's been impossible to break through. But to go back to college, that was the radio side. I would go down to the video production side, but I would never be allowed to be the technical director putting the graphics in place for whatever we were doing, or the director himself moving production around. They would just push me into the talent side. I'd be sitting in the chair doing that exclusively. And I always remember being bent out of shape about that, but it prepared me to do this, so I can't really complain, man.
I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. And everything that you do leading up to, that final destination, we'll call it, like you learn things along the way. You take pieces of that with you to kind of apply to, the ultimate goal.
The grand picture
Exactly.
where you fall into place.
Yeah.
It's so true. I mean, even in radio, man, I was so good at that. Did so much for that station. I'll still go back, and I'm starting to become an alumni that goes there and speaks to the kids and everything like that. But I remember the one regret I have in college is I had this show with this guy Nick Garcia, and it was called Nick versus Nick. The name was inspired by Mike and Mike in the Morning on ESPN Radio,
Hmm.
if you remember that show.
Yeah.
And we were seniors, Fridays 4 to 6. We do the show 4 to 6 p.m. And we said, "Hey guys, we're graduating. This is the last episode of the show. Goodbye. It's been fun." And the phone line lit up, man. And it's a college station. Like that phone line does the phone line does not light up.
Right.
You get one or two calls max when you're giving away tickets. And I pick it up and I go, "Hello?" They go, "You guys can't take this off the air. This show is awesome. We can't say goodbye to you guys." I go, "Okay." S- Same thing, same thing, same thing. And I went to Nick Garcia because a local station in our area, their morning crew retired. I said, "Bro, let's pitch them hard. Let's get our morning show going, and let's become something in radio, since this is what we love and this is what we do." And he looked me in the face and said, "I can't do this for a living. I don't want people to think I'm an a-hole the rest of my life." And he's like, "What?" You know? And I wish I could have convinced him in that moment to do it, because this is 2014, and I fought with a lot of professors at that time saying podcasts are going to be so popular in 10 years. YouTube is going to be a powerhouse in 10 years. Like, we don't got to go to ESPN. We don't got to go to these terrestrial things. Like, this is going to happen. And I wish I would have fought harder for that dream. But like you said, everything happens for a reason. I'm in Northeast PA now. I have all this knowledge about running an entertainment company. So why don't I take all that fire, all that fuel I had, and just purpose it for good here? That's what I'm prepared to do at Dunder Mixin.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about you're in NAPA. You have this entertainment company. What's the plan for Dunder Mixin?
So this is where it's hard, man, because I recently had a dream again. I think it's really easy to start a company because you've been working at a job that you don't like, thinking about what you're about to do, what your plans are, what it's going to look like. And I accomplished everything in that first year. So I've been having a dream. Isn't that crazy to say? Like, I did everything I had to do this year. I'm full time. I turned a profit. We're staring down year 2, and I've hit year 3 to 5 year goals. So what's going to happen in the next 10? Um, People are going to know that if you want a fantastic wedding, you book me as the DJ, and I have the biggest, baddest setup. We have a black and white dance floor now for 2026. Like, I'm going to have this stuff. Besides myself at the head of Dunder Mixin, we're going to have a huge cast of DJs you can pick from that are within your budget, that match your vibe, match your vision. We're going to send them out and make just packed dance floor bomb parties happen. Let's take the guesswork out of that. And then we do that successfully. People are going to bless us with the business. And then we're going to be able to, like we talked about in the beginning, do our own events and bring clubbing and nightlife to where it needs to be out here. Because I do firmly believe, man, like I think people like clubbing, like they do it because it's what they've always done, but they want a different version of it. They
Hmm.
want themed events.
Yes, you need
Specific,
experience.
they want an experience, but it's gonna take a visionary to do these things. So this is what, like I said, this is what we're prepared to do and what we're planning to do. It's just taking the steps necessary to make this happen. Beyond that, man, because it should truly. I, I hope it takes us 3 to 5 years. Because if it only takes us a year, I would be like, "Oh my god, man, how fast does this thing move?"
Yeah.
It's overwhelming. But that's what you'll see. I think you'll also see us turn into almost a one-stop shop for events where I can say, "Hey, you have," because this is what I know to be true about weddings. People that plan weddings have never planned an event before, period. And you're tasked with planning the biggest event of your life.
Hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. So you want an expert to talk to. So I would love for Dunder Mixon to be the table you come to and you say, well, who should I look for this? And I give you a couple answers,
Hmm.
just to make things easier for people. I want to
Yeah.
make planning events easy, and I want to plan events that people love to come out to. Short, sweet. I think that's the answer I was looking for the whole time.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You mentioned a black and white dance floor. What are some of the other things you have and you guys offer for people's weddings as of right now?
So we're gonna do just about everything. Right now we got the typical, the uplighting, the dancing on the clouds, the smoke on the floor. I think we might be one of two companies doing the smoke gun right now,
Okay.
where you can shoot smoke at your guests. It's super fun. To like a heavy EDM drop. We put you right in front of the DJ booth and you just blast people. I actually have the picture, so why not show you?
Yeah.
But I think you know what I'm talking about.
I have an idea. I've never seen it before, but yeah,
This is what I mean. Like, why does nobody have this? It's crazy to me. Where is it? She has it up in the air here.
that's awesome.
And then here it's just if the room dynamics are right, this fog just plumes like something so cool.
Hmm.
The only thing that we're never gonna offer is those cold spark fountains.
Okay.
There's a lot of venues that are starting to say, please don't bring them here because they're a mess. And they won't set off a new school smoke detector, but they'll set off an old school one.
Hmm.
And I've had that happen twice. And like both times, your heart just drops to the pit of your stomach. You're like, I can't believe this is happening to me.
Yeah.
But we do those things. We do the monogram light. We have the moving headlights to add excitement, like you're at a concert. We have the black and white dance floor. We have photo booths. What don't we have that I desperately want? So I guess this is for entertainers if they get this far into this video or we post a reel. Are you a Frank Sinatra impersonator? Are you a great vocalist, keyboard player, saxophone player? We want a percussionist. We want to produce, I think it's called live fusion entertainment,
Okay.
where there's different musical dynamics to events. Nobody's doing that in Northeast PA. And like you said, I know we have the talent. I
Hmm.
just have to find the people that are eager to push with me. And that's the
Yeah.
hardest part with what I do.
Is that your biggest challenge, you think?
It's 100% the biggest challenge. It's easy to find somebody that likes to listen to music, right? But it's hard to find somebody who's serious about being a party DJ specifically, because you have to take this notion of, oh, I love this genre. I only play this certain genre. And you say, yeah, I play that genre. That's what I love, but I want to play what the crowd loves. And it's hard to find somebody who can make that jump mentally. They can do it 10 times a year, 20 times a year, but to do it 50 is asking them to give up a part of their life and they'll never, ever do it. So it's like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? Where do you find this person?
Yeah.
And a lot of, like we talked about, a lot of artists just aren't, I don't know, man. They're just like not business minded. It's hard to find this person. They're a diamond. They're rare like a diamond. That's what I'm trying to say. Not a dime a dozen. I
I
wish.
gotcha.
I wish.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you had this vision and these goals, which is obviously important to have and kind of have an idea of where you want to go. Um, why should people hire Dunder Mixin for their next wedding or event?
Because we take the time and we're intentional to get to know you first before we sell anything. What you're going to find is companies that are going to talk you into add-ons and talk you into why they're the best and why they know everything. But that what makes us so successful is I get to know you as a person, you and your fiance, your dynamic, the people you're bringing to the party. It's not how many guests are coming, it's how do you know these people? Are they coming from PA? Are they flying in? Are they 30 to 50? Are they all older? What kind of music do you respond best to? What kind of music do you want to hear? The biggest problem with getting playlists from people that I've seen from other companies is they're not comfortable with this music. And that's because they play this. I hate to say this, man, but they play the same playlist every wedding, and that's all they know how to do. So when you get a true DJ, when you get a true artist, they can take the time to find the songs, program the songs, and make these seamless transitions happen. So this is really what separates us is we're intentional in getting to know our clients and giving them exactly what they want.
Good,
That's what we do over everything.
nice. It sounds like a good plan. Sounds like a good
It
service.
it sounds easy, man, but like
Well, yeah, I mean, it goes back
it's
to, I mean, there's so many, and this goes across, you know, several different industries. There's a lot of people doing the same thing that you do. So it's how do you do it better? It's things like you're saying, getting to know your client. It's customer service. It's how what separates you from the other guy that can offer a smoke gun or uplighting or whatever it might be. Like what sets you apart? And it sounds like your attention to detail and uh, just being charismatic and caring about that event is really what does it for you.
yep. And I mean, I will say it might get complicated in years to come, but even if I'm not the DJ for the event, my eyes are still on it. You have access to me, and then I talk to the DJ before they go out to do it and just give them a couple pointers to knock it out the park. And hey, man, so far so good. So we're gonna keep pushing that way.
Now, it seems like you're the face of this. So when people talk to you and they get to know you, um, do you think it's ever going to be a problem where like, well, we want you to do it, and you're like, well, I'm already booked that day, so it's either you move your date or you need to trust, my team.
Yeah, we've run into this. So what I tell them is, yeah, it's so cool if you walk away. I get it. You know, what we offer is let's video call the other DJ. Let's give him a shot to talk to you,
Right.
and you'll feel how this dynamic is. And if this dynamic isn't good for you, again, dude, I get it. Nope, not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as geez, like I said, it's only been a year, but right now most people just because of the reviews and the word of mouth, they've been pretty good about it.
Hmm.
you know and that I think that's good for the DJs that I support because they hate because truthfully it is a sales process, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They hate that part of it. They just want to talk and play the music, man. That's it.
Well, you have me excited, man. I'm excited for the future of Dunder Mixon and what it can bring to our area, for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, you wanted to talk to me about the idea you have for an event. I got it in bold, I got it real big.
Oh, nice. Okay. We-
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that on camera. We'll
No,
do
I know,
that.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah. Yeah. Shush, shush, hush,
secret
hush.
stuff. Secret stuff.
A couple things, and then I'll let you go. when you're not, you're launching this business and you're deep in it and you're planning and you're doing all these things, like what do you do to kind of reset and recharge, or don't you? You're going to bed,
Silent,
you're dreaming at night, and
the
yeah, you're not
silent
stopping.
running, right? Man. I started running again. I was a big endurance athlete prior to having kids because kids take up all your time,
Hmm.
right? So in high school in New Jersey, if you didn't play a sport at 7 or 8, by the time you gave it a shot in middle school, everybody was already so good at it, there wasn't a spot for you on a team.
Yeah.
So after winning the mile in gym class, I went to cross country and track and field just because it's a no cut sport. You're in there. I was pretty good at it. And so after this traumatic health incident, I started doing the obstacle course races, the Spartan races, the Tough Mudders, if you're familiar with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got close to the elite level with those. So when I unwind, like it is gym stuff, it is running, and that kind of helps. It's like David Goggins like stuff, you know.
He's nuts.
He's nuts, but I mean, dude, I got third placed in this 12-hour obstacle course race in Rhode Island. So I went to the guys that beat me. I said, "Yo, man, what do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I won Spartan Iceland in 2019." I was like, "Okay, oh my God, dude, you're crazy." And the second person said they run 50 milers, 100 milers all the time. So I'm only bringing this up because in the stunned silence, I think I really am just like go, 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 go. Like I don't know how to do it any other way. There's really no chill. As if I'm not doing anything business, I'm just with my kids,
Yeah.
I'm with my wife. That's all I got time for. And then I pray to God I have time to sleep and eat. I forget to do both. You might know how that is. I don't know, man. It's
uh,
tough when you're an entrepreneur. You just like you don't really have time for
right.
anything. You're just
Right.
squeezing every second, every minute as hard as you can.
Yeah. Do you say you had a health incident?
Yeah, man. It was kind of deserves its own conversation, but I had some real rare disease, like 1 to 4 people in a million get it.
Jeez.
And because of that, they don't test for it right away. But the thing about Lemire syndrome is if you don't test for it, it's a 8% morality rate. Like you don't beat it typically. But I had a ton of people pulling for me, coming to visit me when I was in a comatose state. So that got the hospital to push harder for me. And I was already a healthy guy. So I came out of that one, but I still have a blocked carotid artery to this day. Like you can kind of tell half my face will freeze sometimes, but it's rare that you'll catch it. If you're not looking for it, you never see it. And the doctor stared me in the face and he said, "You'll never be the athlete you once were, and you might not be able to attack life like you used to."
Hmm.
And I came out of this with, no credit, no money, no physical fitness. And it was tough, man. And I pulled myself out of that. And that definitely made me stronger. It definitely gave me the willpower to push further than most people. And in a true David Goggins way, man, I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. I found myself in the elite waves of these obstacle course races. Um, and I think it truly does help me in business and life in general, that whole experience.
Yeah, I imagine it would. You know what I hear? You know what I heard?
What's that?
You're one in a million,
I guess so.
right?
It's hard to believe.
You're one in a
It's
million.
it's hard to believe that you're in that top percentage, but I take the responsibility of that so seriously. That means there's something I can give back to everybody else then. So we're gonna do it.
Yeah, that's admirable too. People experience those things, right? It's either you give up or you push through and you know be the best version of yourself, and it's inspiring. because it's a lot of times people, and God forbid, and I'm lucky so far. I've never had anything, major in my life like that happen. Um, but I always think about that now, especially as a father. You think about like, oh man, I want to be around for my kids forever. Like,
Yeah.
um, what if something ever happened? I don't know if I would be. I hope that I would have the willpower to like overcome, but I always get worried that like I'm like, why? I'd be like, why me? Like this sucks. Like I'd be worried about like I'm gonna die and my kids will be without a father and my wife without a husband, and hopefully I could. Hopefully nothing ever happens like that. But hopefully, if it were to, I would be able to rise to the top.
Well, I can tell you honestly, the first words out of my mouth when they were telling me this, because like I was in a comatose state, so everyone in my circle, they knew the odds. They knew I was dying. They had already mourned. So when I popped out of the comatose state, man, they were all ready to celebrate. They didn't want to talk about that. But the nurse is telling me for the first time, like they asked me, "Hey buddy, how you feel?" I said, "How I feel? Easily the worst I've ever felt my whole life. This is awful." And he goes, "Okay, okay, but you were about to die and now you're not dead." So everybody's happy. And you're like, wait, 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 wait. Wait, what? Um,
They said goodbye already.
yeah, like what? I was gonna die, and then you think about the road in front of you, and I looked my mom straight in the face, and I was like, Mom, as I'm sitting in this chair, I kind of wish I had passed away. This is gonna be impossible to overcome. She loved hearing that.
Oh,
Yeah, man, but it's in those moments it's tough. You have to, I mean, anybody who's going through it right now, the advice I have is celebrate the small victories. I celebrated the day I made it up the stairs 3 times in one day. That was huge. I celebrated the time I beat my grandmother on my 10-minute walk around the neighborhood. Because I
what's up,
just,
Grandma?
yeah, like, what's up, grandma? You didn't beat me up that hill this time. What's up?
Where
Because,
you
like,
at?
dude, one of the first weeks, she's like at the top of the hill, like, come on, Nick, you can do it. I was like, this sucks, man. This sucks. So you just have to like wipe the slate clean, new personal bests, just keep pushing. As long as progress is being made, that's all you're gonna see.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. But like I said, that almost deserves a whole talk in and of itself because it was like, for lack of a better term, that was the motherfucker in my life.
yeah. Jesus.
Holy cow. Holy cow. But I tell everybody, you should never go through it, but you should do it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't happen to you, but when it does, it'll be the best thing ever. Oh God.
Yeah,
That's the truth of it, Popco.
yeah. Well, I had some like hokey questions. I'm not going to ask you now because I think some of them happened naturally. So I know that you're a busy man. You've got kids like me. You're probably ready to call it a night. So I mean, I think we covered. Uh,
You want to hear what I'm gonna do tomorrow?
yeah, let's hear it. Well, this will be
I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. so I go to my small business networking group.
hell yeah, hell yeah. There you go.
Never stops when you're an entrepreneur. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, I'll let you go so you can get to bed for that early morning meeting.
I'm all in, man. I'm not gonna fall asleep till midnight. Easy. I can tell you that right
I
now.
can't do it either. I just it's
How about
I'm
how
an
about one hokey question, right? Just to take down the
all
seriousness.
right, all right.
Even if it's a terrible question, I'll answer it, man.
Uh, what is one song that should be permanently banned from weddings?
Whoa. One song that should be permanently banned. I want to make it a great one.
I know mine.
Yeah, let's hear yours. As I'm
The chicken dance.
I
Get
go
rid of it.
back and forth. I go back and forth on that one though.
I told my wedding DJ, I said, do not play it. Don't do it.
Here's why I still like this one. For the certain groups that I won't play it. By the way, this never gets played unless I have multiple people come up and request it. And I go, really? Really? Okay, we'll do it. But I have everybody hold hands and I go, take that circle to the right as it's. I know you probably don't want to hear that because you hate that song. Electric slide. I hate that one. No
Okay.
electric slide. That
All
should be
right.
banned. You know why? Nobody truly knows how to dance to that one.
Sure. I
And
believe
if
it.
they and they'll be like, "Come on out and dance with us," but that means you got to be out there the whole time the song's playing, and you can't queue up the next one. Like, forget it, forget it. No more boogie woogie oogie to the electric slide. I
Yeah.
I literally tell people I'll play Night Fever by the Bee Gees. It's the same tempo and it's not staying alive. Do it to that one.
Okay.
Have fun, man. Have fun. There it is. Yeah, I
Here,
think
what?
that's the one I'll fight people on.
One more. What is one thing people always get wrong about DJs?
That you need to be technically good with a DJ controller. And I say this because like we talked about Pauly D, he's just a recognizable guy. Um, People are gonna party with him no matter what. And when I was starting as a DJ, one of my best transitions, and I would only do this like one or two times per event, I would stop the music completely, silence would hit, everybody would look at me like, what the hell is going on? And then I drop a recognizable banger, they'd lose their minds like it was the best thing they ever heard. What does that require? Zero skill. You could do that tomorrow if you wanted to.
Hmm.
And I do feel this job is 90% song selection. You can put a great transition on anything, and if they're like, I don't like this one, they're gone.
Hmm.
Poof.
Yeah.
So this is something that people get wrong. I think when you're a DJ, you hate to hear this, especially if you're skilled, because it's like, bro, I worked hard to get good at the turntable thing. I worked hard to learn the ins and outs of these programs because they're so intense anymore. This isn't put a record here, put a record here, get it close, scratch it in and out. This is a full blown live production software you're using to mix music. The possibilities are endless, limitless. But what still remains is you have to play the songs people want to hear.
Yeah. That's why the radio is successful as far as just playing the same song. That's what people are complain about it. I'm tired of the same song all the time. Well, it's what people want to hear.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? You don't have to listen to the radio 24/7.
Yeah. What are you doing? Crazy?
What are you doing listening to the radio 24 hours a day? You listen for it like what? What do people because you were in radio, man. I learned about it. The average person listens for what, 20 minutes a day? Is that what it is?
Um, I
Your
don't.
P1s listen for 2, 3 hours,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
something like that.
Yep.
You listen for more, you're just trying to hate. Go be a hater somewhere else. Or you become Howard Stern. You get famous because you're haters.
Right. Right.
That's the truth of that one. I do wish I got a chance to get into radio though, Popco. Never got that chance. Oh well.
I think you'd be good at it.
I wish, man. I just need Jumpin' Jeff to retire and then give me that blessing. Shout
You
out
should have
Jeff Love.
applied. You should have applied for um
I did.
did you?
I did. I was when I first moved to this area, right? This is a story for free at this point. This is just late night ramblings, man. I hope this is interesting to you.
I'm
Uh, it,
interested already.
I showed up. I interviewed for a production assistant at KRZ, or I think it was Entercom then, if it
Hmm.
wasn't Odyssey yet. And she goes, "Okay, very interested in the interview. Let's hear your stuff." And she puts it on, and I see her face drop and get like scared, almost like I got to get this guy out of here as fast as possible. Stopped it, turned and looked at me. We were 5 minutes in, and she goes, "Do you have any questions for me?" Like,
I
yeah,
have many.
are we gonna do this interview? Are we gonna talk about the job? And she's like, push, 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 got me right out of there.
Wow.
And to this day, I think I had one legitimate shot at getting in with WILK. I had a conversation with Nancy, but and this was in 2023, but I decided to take a leap and try to sell warehouse equipment because this was after the road to owning one of the companies I work for was over. I was like, what's huge in this area? The warehouse industry. Let me get
Mhm.
good at selling warehouse equipment. And then that obviously I'm not there anymore. That didn't work out. But yeah, man, I've just been getting pushed out of these stations ASAP by these people, you know? But
It's
that's okay.
interesting.
That's okay. Just what it is.
It's interesting.
I think it's true to Northeast PA, man. It's small town in that way. And these people like the positions they worked hard for and they own, and they're not willing to give them up or invite, collaborate, and elevate. In Jersey, that's what it was. But out here, man, it's not quite like that everywhere.
Yeah, well, they just Rocky Roads retired, and they replaced him not
Yeah.
the last few months.
Hmm. And I've talked to Lesso a few times,
Yeah.
you know, but
Mm,
no dice, Chief.
okay.
I hope that show's doing well though, you know, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually in radio to this day.
At Fuzz, right?
Yeah, Fuzz, and I do a shift on rock on Saturdays. But my primary job is sales.
Always sales for the radio station.
Yeah, yeah, which is hard, as you can imagine. When you're selling air, no one can see it, no one can touch it. But
I mean, like, who do you seek out? Just like anybody just trying to boost their business a little bit, or
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
yeah, you know, it's one of those things. It's like you never know if you're a fit. It's a sales thing. And so, but it's like, hey, you know, can we have an opportunity to sit down and talk? I don't know if I have anything for you that would make sense, but I'd love to hear about your business. And if it makes sense after that, yeah, okay, let's talk further. But I'm not one of those pushy sales guys, probably to a fault. I probably left a lot of money on the table. Not, you know,
yeah.
you're going to sign here today, right? If I make this deal right now, will you sign the? Will you sign now? No,
You gonna be like Jordan Belfort of Fuzz 90, what is it, 92-1, or is it different now?
it's Fuzz 96.1 now. Yeah,
96-1.
yeah,
Straight line persuasion.
yeah,
Jo- Johnny Weekender signing them up.
yep. So, well, I think we covered a lot. Unless there's anything else you want to add, I think we can wrap things up.
I think we're good. Um, I think the only thing I'm curious about is your thoughts on the end of that mix, because I think it's absolutely hilarious
Oh, I have to listen to it.
what I go for.
It's
Can you play it right now? Is that possible? Even if it's terrible quality,
uh, you
like
want me
Easter egg at the end of this thing?
you want me to fast forward it?
Yeah, you want to get to what I got by Sublime. That's right after Just a Friend, Biz Marquee. I mean, another Easter egg if you're queuing it up and it works out. My favorite entertainer of all time is Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, he's on tour now.
I
I
just
I
I just
loved.
love that he's a guy that's dedicated to playing literally any genre anytime. Like he's been famous for what, 50 years? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's a long time. I used to love Weird Al.
And he does costume changes, and he's had like the same band the whole time. I love it, man. If you can't find it, that's all good. Biz Marquee, I love just because I don't think anybody's been that dedicated to beatboxing as him. And that's super cool.
You got Blink in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I threw Blink 182 in the end. Blink 182 is one of those bands like I wish I was your age so I could have experienced them the right way. I was just an elementary school kid hanging out in the basement. We thought we were so cool listening to Blink 182, but we were more focused on who was going to win the Super Smash Brothers fight than listening to Blink 182.
Is it before or after Blink?
Oh, it's before,
Oh,
because that's when I put the Bittersweet Symphony remix in.
so is it
So
after Bittersweet or before?
it's before. And if you hear the song right before that, which I'm not trying to give away, You already have heard the Easter egg.
This might get me kicked off YouTube.
Oh, okay. Let's like we just won't mention it then. It's a not so subtle wordplay. That's what happened there.
Didn't you hear that at all?
No, I can't hear what's going on.
Um,
We could just call it, man.
yeah.
It's
I
all
don't,
good.
I don't get kicked off of YouTube, you know. But I will listen to it. I
That
will listen to it right after this, and I will share it on socials next week. As like I said, a lead into this, or after it's out, and be part of the content waterfall. You know,
Yeah, I love the social media has been so powerful for my business, man.
I'm sure.
It can't be understated.
Yeah,
It can't. Even if the post you put up gets zero engagement, there's insane value in it. And I can't believe that more business owners aren't taking advantage of it. Even if they're like, just put out a video, anything, just do it. Because I mean, even some of these videos I've posted, man, I booked 3 events off of.
hmm.
And like, because somebody saw, hey, man, you're one of the few companies that's willing to record yourself talking. You're one of the few companies that's willing to show an insider view into what's going on. I firmly believe in 2025, people want to do business with authenticity, and that's number one.
Yeah,
For everyone.
for sure. I believe that. Yeah.
But you know,
Well,
man, I just keep going and going. I'm a DJ for a living. That's all I do is talk, man.
that's all right. It's okay.
That's all I do. I did reach out to Cowgirl Pills though, man, because I saw them on there.
Did you?
I I got to see them live. I got to see what they're about. They seem like they're more house EDM feel than anything else.
Yeah, I've never seen them, but that's what I would imagine too. Yeah. But I'm guessing you're Dunder Mixin on all socials.
Yeah, Instagram's the only one that matters. I haven't dabbled in TikTok. I think that's just because I'm 33. I feel too old for it.
Yeah, if you're too old, then I'm way too old.
Yeah, like, oh my God, dude. Facebook, I hate, but you have to be on there so people can see that you're on there. Just
Yeah,
to like check the box real quick. I got off Facebook in 2016, man. I couldn't take the political debates that were going on.
oh, dude,
Hillary
it's
Clinton and
so
Donald
bad.
Trump. And now I can only imagine what it looks like. I'm
It's
like,
so much worse. It's
I,
just, dude, if people spent their time doing anything, reading a book, going to the gym, learning to cook, anything, if they took the time they spend arguing with strangers on Facebook and applied it to anything else, they could do so much more with their lives. It's crazy.
I hear about it. I hear about it. My sister, whenever I see her, will ask me how I'm feeling about the political landscape. And I'm like, what are you doing in life? Let's talk about that instead.
Yeah, dude, it's so bad.
So bad.
So bad.
Thank God I'm not there. Like I said, like my Facebook is just linked to my Instagram. I think people understand that. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's not really here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just check in to clear the notifications and messages that might be there, and then that's it.
Right.
That's all you get from me, man.
Well, Thunder Mixon is an amazing name. I think you have a great vision, and I'm excited to see what's next, man. You got a lot of passion and a lot of energy, and we need that.
We're gonna do it, man.
Hell
Big
yeah.
things. Big things out of Dunder Mixin.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll stick around. We'll talk about my super secret idea.
Yeah. Well, I guess
But
if it's ending, thanks for having me on. Yeah, that's it, man. Thanks for having me on. The wheels are falling off because it's 11 o'clock at night, and I had a little something in this drink that wasn't just Pepsi. So,
oh boy, good for you.
you know
I
how
can't
that
believe it's
goes.
11. Jesus. All right, man. I'll let you go.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks for everything. We'll see you.